I'm now going to tell you what I do. I have a small boat in the harbour, and what I do is when people can't afford the expensive ships that go out, it's quite deep, beyond Curtis Island, I will take people out to Curtis Island and back. Now, true, I am a captain, as you can see by this hat. I found it difficult to have any experience of seafaring because nobody would take me on because I couldn't get the knots right. So I got in touch on the internet with a very, very prestigious marine academy in Nigeria. And for $35 they made me not only a captain but an admiral. And here you can read Patain, which is Nigerian for admiral. So there we have it, that's what I do. I've got a good safety record, well I think it's quite good. I've only got lost coming back from Curtis Island 3 times. I've only lost one person on the island. I just looked the other way and she was gone. I couldn't understand it. But anyway, came back. I couldn't walk around the island. I couldn't find it. When I got back, she did phone me a few hours later on my cell phone and said, she was a bit annoyed, but she said, and the swim back was a bit cold, but she made it all right. Good job. Good swimmer, I suppose. As far as I did, the worst incident I can remember, was the capsizing. Now that was a little more complicated. I had this lovely couple, they were in their 80s, they were celebrating their 60th wedding anniversary. Anyway, everything was going smoothly to start, they're very much still in love, you know, the old hands most of the way, because you use your feet pedaling, you can do what you like with your hands. So, what happened then, a boat started coming towards us, one of the bigger schooners, and I said, look, take it easy, pedal in unison, just keep going where I'm directing you and we'll go round it. Well, they began to panic, and one was pedaling faster than the other. That wasn't the worst part. The worst part was the language. It was dreadful, absolutely. The worst bars I've been to in Maine, I've never heard language like it. And then, well, there was a few blows were thrown, but of course being in their 80s, didn't have a lot of power behind them. And then they started going in circles. Well, before the boat actually arrived, because it was about half a mile away when they first saw it, they panicked, threw themselves over the side. I just sat in the boat, and the schooner passed by quite safely. We got them out of the water, got them on shore. First aid was administered, and they were taken up to the hospital just for a final check-up, because they weren't breathing too well. They were very wet. Never heard from them. I thought they'd come back and just sort of let me know everything was all right and just thank me for the trip, or thank me for part of the trip, not the bit where they capsized, but the other part. And I was a bit disappointed because normally I say, look, I don't charge anything for this, but I do say you can give something to charity. I should mention just by coincidence, my wife's called Charity Warmbomb. But anyway, next thing I ate was a letter from a solicitor talking about their divorce and suggesting that I would play a major part in it. Well, I couldn't see that. One incident of people jumping out the side of a boat, and it just didn't seem to make sense to me. Anyway, you're probably pondering, you could be pondering, or wondering, or even thinking how daft it is to have an owl, I'm not sure how they say that in the West Country, owl on your shoulder. But you see, when it comes down to it, this is for, because sunset cruises, but when it comes down to it, it's a sensible bird for a mariner like myself to have. Because when things get rough, and the fog gets thick, you know, the owl comes into play. What he does, he points his wing exactly where we should go, like that. He's not doing it at the moment because he's probably a bit camera shy. Points his wing like that. 6 out of 10 times you get it right. The only problem sometimes, I was showing the compass like that. Sometimes the needle's fallen off, but when you can read the compass, it's definitely a help. So, there you are, that's why I've got him. Of course, traditionally his name is Polly, but this one isn't traditional, so His name's Alec. So anyway, there you are. I think he's still there. He sleeps a lot, so do I. Well, I think I should finish with an old sea shanty. I don't know how old it is, but anyway, it's some sort of song. And there's a little... Right, here we go. I always bring me microphone. Just clear me throat. Parrot joins it. The other thing about the parrot I forgot to mention is that, of course, he also acts as a warning to other boats coming towards us. Instead of just acting, he goes, hoot, 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 which is what parrots do anyway. So he don't know where he just goes, hoot, hoot. He goes, hoot, hoot, whether there's a boat coming towards us or not. But anyway, that's not the point. It does help. Right, now, I'm going to sing a song, as I said. And here it goes. When you're sailing, when you're sailing, when you're sailing across the sea, well, you're sailing, and sometimes sailing, and you're sailing straight for me. I don't know any other words, but I think I'll do it at the time. But I shall learn the rest and come back later. Shall we go, Elliot? Right, off we go then. Which way is it over again? That way, right. Oh, incidentally. Oh, I'm sorry, that's the other side. When I'm on board, sometimes I do like cross-dressing as well. I'm fairly good at that. Because we lack women abroad, so abroad. We lack them at all, we lack them. But some of the chaps, once they're in the right gear, they're quite attractive in the right way. And as it's normally of an evening, the dancing, as long as they smell okay, it seems to do it. Right, well I'm going, oh, incidentally, another thing I've forgotten, ship's dog. He died 20 years ago, we had him stuffed, and he's always on board with us. He was, well, my grandfather said he was a great dog. Well, he wasn't a great dog, he could tell you the size, but he was a great dog as a ship's dog. Right, that's it. I'm going now. I'm going now.